Good afternoon, London. My name's Hina, and I am coming to you from the beautiful Master Shah Tao Center here in London with one of the teachers who's who's one of the more. All our teachers are super popular, Mayur Shah.
Thank you, Hina. Okay, so it's lovely to be here on this Facebook Live event on Wednesday afternoon. So, Hina, what are we going to talk about today?
So today is one of my favorite topics. And if you are a Master Shah if you are a Master Shah student, it's one of your favorite topics too. It's about Tao calligraphy. And we are just having a workshop this coming weekend for not only healing in the Tao calligraphy healing field and learning Tao wisdom, we are actually also teaching how you can write Tao calligraphy too.
Yeah, so this, because of COVID, most of our workshops have been online. So this is only the second event that we are having where you can be with us live in person. So most of those seats have gone. We only got a few remaining. The event's taking place at the Hilton Hotel in Ealing called the Doubletree Hilton. It's just across the road from Ealing Common Station. And the great thing is we got two certified Tao Calligraphy master teachers who will be there. I'll also be there. So you'll get sort of one-to-one expert guidance. And if you can't come and join us, be in person, you can even do it online as well. So all you need is a brush and some ink and paper. And some of you, if you've done this before, you have that water paper, which you can reuse and reuse. But just ink and paper is also fine. Now, why should you come? That's the more important question. Master Shah has created this healing method through art. So like you can see these two calligraphies behind me. So one of them, this one, there is a message in this calligraphy. It's beautiful art, but also the message of this one is greatest love. Now, greatest love has, very powerful ability to melt all blockages. So your blockage is like some kind of challenge, could be in any aspect of your life, maybe health challenge or emotional imbalance, even relationship or finances. If you work with a calligraphy greatest love, it can begin to release, dissipate these blockages. So then you can transform to whatever needs transforming. So it's a very powerful way, and it seriously works. I've got some stories which, yeah, if you, I'll share them, but they are quite. When you hear them first time, people, I see on their face, they're shocked. Wow, really? Did this happen?
No, really, I think all of us have had our amazing experience being in the Tao calligraphy healing field. I have my story where my physical pain reduced by 50% just sitting there. And actually, Mayur was the teacher that night. And so he was just doing the regular presentation. It was on one of the regular complimentary Wednesday nights. Like tonight is going to be a complimentary Tao Healing Technology night. So if you're new, please join us for that. But that is where just sitting there in the field, I had a reduction of easily 50% of my physical pain. And then coming from modern medicine, unless it physically happened to me and I had that experience, I would not believe any of this because it doesn't logically in our human minds, it doesn't make sense. How does tracing calligraphy or writing calligraphy or just sitting in the field, how does that impact our physical, mental, emotional bodies? Mayur, how does it?
Okay, so what Master Shah has created is so you can think of this as like a bridge, Uh, because for you to access this higher healing frequency, um, how would you do that? Yeah, and there isn't anything that you can put your hand out and reach out. What can you do? So Master Shah, when he writes his calligraphies, he's a divine and Tao channel, and he connects with the source and Tao, and he brings in their light, their healing frequency. So each of these calligraphies, they carry Tao frequency and vibration. And so the method we are using is tracing, or you can learn to draw them. So even tracing them, you have access to this high level of Tao frequency and vibration. And normally our blockages, our challenges are much lower frequency, like guilt, or fear, or worry, or shame, or these are like 70, 60, 80, 100, 120. The vibration is at a different level. Now love is around 500. So when we receive this frequency and vibration from these calligraphies, they carry normally Tao love, Tao forgiveness, Tao compassion, and Tao light. So all of these are high frequency. So when they come to us, high frequency washes away the low frequency, and then that shift happens. And sometimes it's really fast. So what would have taken somebody months, weeks, or even years, we've seen it go away quite fast. Sometimes it takes longer. That's okay, because depends on the level of the blockage. So, like when we go to see a chiropractor, we don't tell the chiropractor, okay, I'm only coming to you one time, and it has to heal. Otherwise, I'm not coming to you. It would seem silly to make a demand like that. So, in the same way, you just work with the calligraphies, and sometimes it goes away fast. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer.
Yeah, that's actually very true, because I'm an optometrist, and not one time have I ever said, here, use this medication or use this drop and it'll go away. Like, I always give them a period of time, how many times to use the medication, or eye exercise, or whatever I recommend for them. But I don't think I've ever said, okay, it'll be gone by tomorrow. No, I don't.
So we have one very powerful story. So when we received these calligraphies for the London Center, this was before we opened, so this was late 2017. And then we framed them at my work. And so we had the calligraphy on fabric. And so we bought these frames. So we had to cut the fabric around the calligraphy to the right size. And then we fitted them, and then we had to put the description. And so my staff, her name is Ami, and she was facing back pain for 2 years. And the pain got to be so much that she decided to take a second opinion to see what's really happening, because her treatment wasn't releasing her pain. So when she went for the second opinion, the doctor found out that she had a kidney stone, and she was pregnant at that time. So she was advised to have an operation after the baby was born to remove this kidney stone. So this was in October. And so at the shop, my daughter saw Ami holding the calligraphy for urinary bladder. My daughter put two and two together and said, Ami, you need to trace this calligraphy. Her challenge was in a kidney. She was holding the one for urinary bladder. So just think of this intelligence about this calligraphy. So she traced it, and this one is a circle. So the circle represents Tao. And within that the art represents the urinary bladder inside. It's called Pang Guang. And she traced it. Anika taught her how to trace it. And she only traced it one time. We were busy. We had 50 ones to frame. And 2 hours later, Ami felt a shift in her body. She went to the washroom, and her kidney stone came out. And her pain released. It was incredible. So she came out and told the staff that she's free of pain and her kidney stone came out. And so they were all excited. Later on, I found out and I went and asked her, I mean, how did you do it? And what really surprised me, what she told me, I thought she must have been tracing 5 minutes or 10 minutes. She said that, look, I did it with an open heart and I did it one time. And even I was a little bit shocked. Just one time? But she said the key was open heart as well. So, because if you go in with, don't have an open heart and or open mind, and you're already putting doubt on this calligraphy, and then you might not get as fast a result. So she kept an open mind, and look at the result. So she had the baby in January. February, her operation was scheduled, and she went and they scanned her before the operation. They thought they made a mistake, so they sent her for a second scanner. Obviously, the stone wasn't there, it had come out. So this was quite an incredible story. So now this weekend, imagine we are teaching you how to draw these calligraphies. Wouldn't that be a powerful skill to learn? Quite an amazing skill. So we got two expert teachers. So I wouldn't want to miss this one. Hina, are you coming?
I'm pretty sure. Yes, I am. I am. I wouldn't miss any Tao Calligraphy Writing Workshop because it transforms so much. And we can try and explain how it works in human words. But the truth is, none of us really can totally get it because it heals on a quantum level. It's beyond human language, and it's just something that must be experienced.
Yes, there are the spiritual instruments. Think of it as a spiritual instrument. So around the world, people go to these special places, and then they want to, they call it darshan, or like to be in the presence of that. And then and they get some kind of transformation. So think of this, it's so much more easily accessible, the calligraphy. You can come to the center. We have 3 sessions a week where we work with these calligraphies. But to be able to even write this, it's really completely different experience, because it's a real joy to draw the calligraphies, and we take you from baby steps. Even if you've never done any drawing or painting, doesn't matter. We will take you step by step. We're really good teachers, and then over the 2 days, at the end, you should be able to do the calligraphy. You can always improve, yes, of course. Even though I learned it, I'm still improving, and so. Yeah, do you want to bring Maria? She has stories to tell about. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So thank you so much for joining Hina and me, and I'm going to leave you in Hina's hands, and we got another guest as well.
Okay, so thank you so much, Mayur. Thank you for taking your time. As we know, Mayur's super busy as one of the leaders here at the Master Shah Tao Center. So, so thank you so much. So you heard about what is Tao calligraphy. You got a snippet of how it heals and transforms. And I have 2 very special guests who've been writing Tao calligraphy for years now. And I have to say, from the bottom of my heart, when I see both Maria and Mark writing their Tao calligraphy, I am so impressed. There's such beauty in the way that they write. And I'm kind of like, oh, I can't wait till I get to that beauty as they're writing. So please come on, Maria and Mark. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Hina.
Thank you, Hina. Thank you for the invitation. We are so happy to be here. I realize we only have Maria Arevalo there. It's Mark.
Thank you.
We had a last minute addition, but a beautiful one nonetheless. I love spontaneity, so sorry we didn't have time to add the extra name. But
Yeah,
sorry, go ahead. Okay. So Lavina is doing that.
Yeah.
Well, different last name. So
Yeah.
okay. So Maria, can you tell me a little bit of your journey with Tao calligraphy and what you've noticed the transformations in your life and what actually writing Tao calligraphy versus before when you were just tracing it or in the field? To tell us all the good stuff.
Yes, thank you. So for me, I love Tao calligraphy. As you can see, like in our home, we have a lot of calligraphies. And so for me, Tao calligraphy is, I love the beauty of it because it's so much beauty inside. And it's so beautiful to look at and as an art. And also it's so powerful. So it's, it has these beautiful powers that can transform your life really. And I remember before meeting Master Shah and meeting Tao calligraphy, I used to write like my intentions for the year. And one year I wrote, learn how to write calligraphy. And I thought like, oh, okay, good. This year I'm going to learn that. But I didn't know I'm going to learn Tao calligraphy or, what calligraphy. I didn't know exactly. It just came and I was writing that. And then I met Master Shah. I went to the center in Berlin and they said, yes, we do here, we do healing and all that. And then I received that healing and that changed my life. So, and then they said, we also do calligraphy. And I was like, calligraphy, really? And I remember like that year I wanted to learn how to write calligraphy. So I started very fast. So first the tracing the calligraphy or being in the presence of the calligraphy is already, you can feel the energy, the frequency that it's like, to me, it feels like when you are very up in the mountains and the air is so fresh and so pure. That is how it feels to me, calligraphy. And also like this feeling of, oh wow, like that. So when I'm writing, I am really connecting to that sacredness and to my own soul, and to, calligraphy has carries so much light. It's a portal that, it's, to me, it connects you with higher consciousness, higher dimension, with that beauty. And it's like, I cannot express in words, you have to write. So I will write every day. And sometimes I have some problem or something, and then or any issue, and then I write for a moment, I trace the calligraphy, and it really helps. It's gone. So also, what else? Yes, I also use that with my clients. So I do soul readings and healing with transforming with Tao calligraphy. And I just trace for them for my reading. So my clients are there, and I trace to see better, because the calligraphy reflects also the person. And I trace the calligraphy, and I see in the calligraphy uh, how they are doing, what they could need, so what the soul is telling. So it's like a calligraphy reading, it's really, but it's a soul reading. And it's so exciting. I can talk for hours about calligraphy. It's like, yes, I love calligraphy. I love calligraphy. So Mark, no, you.
No, I can hear the joy and the bliss in your face, in your voice. And that's especially fascinating. Both me and Lavina were like, whoa, like when you can read the calligraphy as the person's information field. That's amazing. And then
Yes,
know what adjustments need to make. Wow, it really is
but
like
the
you've definitely discovered.
they tell me that, I can see it. I trace, the person is there, I trace the calligraphy, and I see, even if it's a calligraphy, it was already written, but it has sometimes, like, for example, one day I was tracing a calligraphy for a client, and I saw the number nine in the calligraphy. And I thought, like, to my client, said, hey, you have many nines, like, within you. And she said, yes, nine is my lucky number. And I was born in the 9. And I was like, okay, wow. So even, so things you can see in the calligraphy. And also,
Yeah.
like, yeah, I help also people, putting the calligraphies like in the home, creating meditation rooms for them to create this kind of feel that can help them to relax, to connect better. So I help them also, my clients, with that. So it's, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, that's this is a deeper conversation when we have a lot more time.
It's
But
okay.
Mark,
No.
no, we'll definitely have more time in the future to dive deeper. And hello to Katrin, Johannes, Lavina, Rose. Thank you so much. Please continue commenting, and we'll give you a shout out. But in the meantime, Mark, tell us about your Tao calligraphy Tao calligraphy writing journey, and what have you noticed in your spiritual journey, your physical, mental, emotional? Tell us your experience.
So I think my experience was in the beginning the complete opposite of, of what Maria has been telling about and is so joyful about. And in the meantime, I'm the same. Like we're talking the same language here. But I think at the very, very beginning, when I saw Tao calligraphy for the first time, I didn't feel anything. I didn't see anything. I actually ignored the calligraphies in a way as well, to be very honest. And but I didn't just, just give up on it or something, or calligraphy didn't give up on me. So in the next phase, what happened was that I would something just made click. Something happened, and I went to this Tao calligraphy class, which with Natalie also, like who used to teach in Berlin. And actually, before that, I have to mention it. You're
So
laughing
yeah.
because you know. So I came to Berlin, and in the Berlin Center, they have this beautiful room, which is similar to the Dao Chang that you have in London now, which is much bigger actually. But in Berlin, they used to have this little room with Tao calligraphies, and you would just go there and sit there and meditate. And the person who would show me, the person who would show me this room was actually Maria. That's when I saw and met Maria for the first time, and we were not a couple at that time at all. So just and so that was my first Tao calligraphy experience, and I was I was sort of feeling the meditation. I was feeling the vibe, and she really introduced it to me somehow. And but I think I wasn't very persuaded, and it wasn't like just my thing, and I totally opened up my eyes. And the next step was that I went to this calligraphy class with Natalie, who's teaching in the Dao in the London Master Sha Dao Center as well. And I don't know, just something clicked and something happened. And although I wouldn't really feel everything so much, there was this certain joy that came with it, and that gave me so much actually purpose in my life, to be honest. It gave me so much joy, and it literally gave me this tool, which is the brush, that all of a sudden I knew that with the brush and with Tao calligraphy, I can transform anything in my life that gives me hard time. And just having that the dignity and that purpose, that joy, that power in a way was just so beautiful. And ever since, and I've been working with Tao calligraphy for quite a while, and I think it was after like 4 or 5 months tracing and also receiving Tao calligraphy services from master teachers, my heart would open and open. Like literally, I would feel how my heart would open, and I began to feel like something that was maybe before numb opened up, and I would feel my heart. I would start feeling the chakras. I would start feeling my soul more and more, and this was so heart touching, and that I still like nourish myself from anytime I have a not so good day or something like that. I would just remind myself like what that did, and that I wasn't able to feel so much before my Tao calligraphy journey. And now it's just like, I don't know, I just start feeling more and more and more and more. The more I trace, the more I practice. That's that's I think basically the rough summary of all of this, and this is just the nutshell.
And we met in front of the Linguan calligraphy.
The soul light
Woo!
Soul light
calligraphy,
calligraphy, huge calligraphy.
Now there's a light calligraphy behind you now. Oh, that's amazing. I can definitely tell there's layers and layers to dive deep into with both of you. So I hope in the future we will be hearing more stories, because I can tell there's a lot of interesting information here that we want everyone to hear. So I thank you so much, Maria and Mark. We will definitely be having you on the show again very, very soon.
Thank you, Hina. Thank you. Thank you for the
Thank
invitation.
you. Yes. So I know for me, like my writing calligraphy journey was, I was like, okay, I can trace. And you know what my thought was back when I first started? I was like, okay, I'll trace. I was like, oh, this looks so complicated to trace though. I'm like, that's okay. At least I won't have to write it. And now gotta write it. Now, if you're like me, who was like, I'm not gonna write it. I'm not an artist. I'm science, I'm medicine, I'm very left-brained. Don't worry, because I have hope. You have hope, because what we have at the workshop for everyone who's like me is that we will have these calligraphies that are pre-written. So all you have to do is, when you're practicing at home or even on the work, should I be stepping on this side so you can? Okay. So all you have to do is face right, just trace this. You will get up for the people coming in person, or even if you're not in person, you can order these type of calligraphies from our center. All you need is a brush, water, some motivation, some time, and you can learn to write Tao calligraphy just tracing the path that is already there. And then once you practice enough, you can start writing on just plain water mats, which we also have, which you can order online. So don't let thinking that, I'm not an artist, or I'm not creative, or art is not my thing. Don't let that stop you, because we have many tools to help everyone make sure that they write beautifully. And as with everything in life, practice makes perfect. So as long as you want to practice, you will get there. So join us. We are having an in-person workshop this coming weekend. And as you heard Mayor say earlier, there's only a few spots left in person. So please join as soon as you can. Bring a friend, bring a family member, so then both of you can learn together. There will be different levels of calligraphy writers there, some very beginning, some maybe mid-range, some expert level. And it doesn't matter if it's your first time, second time, 20th time. There's always something for you to learn. There's always a way to improve. And 100%, there's always a way to go deeper. So join us in person if you can. If you can't, it's great, because you can join us online. Online will be the same workshop. The only difference is that you'll be getting live corrections through the screen instead of on the water mat or in person on paper. So if you can't make it online, if you can't make it in person, join us online. And online, we have unlimited seating, so please join us. With our workshop, you also get a completely complimentary Tao Golden Light Treasure for an organ, body part, health condition, or system. So this weekend will be more than what you are expecting. join us. Don't worry if you don't have any experience. This workshop has no prerequisites at all. We have amazing teachers like Mayor, Natalie, David, who will walk through the Tao calligraphy journey with you, with the Tao wisdom behind Tao calligraphy. And before you know it, you will notice transformations in your life after one workshop. That's why so many of us are here. Maria, Mark, Mayor, Hina, me, all of us have had amazing stories. And there's a reason why we continue to come every single time there's a workshop offered. The London Center is also having 2 finance workshops, level 1 and level 2, in October and December. And you can actually get a triple transformation package for a limited time. The link is up. Please join us for all 3 workshops to get the momentum going, take advantage of this incredible price where you're getting free gold, you're getting treasures, you're getting Tao calligraphy healing field sessions, you're getting a lot. And lastly, if you're watching this this Facebook Live, please share it. Share it with anyone that you think needs healing in their life, who's looking for transformation, or is in a place in their life where they want to relieve their suffering or pain. Because what we do at the Master Sha Tao Center here in London and global centers around the world is exactly that. We are here to serve. We are here to help people transform their suffering into successes in life. We're here to have people be healthier, happier, enlightened, empowered. And this is exactly what we wish to do for others. So please share this Facebook Live. I thank you, and I will see you next time. Bye.